It's from Legion Hoops. He says, Nikola Jokic says he lost his finals MVP trophy. I really don't know. I left in the equipment manager's room, and it's not there anymore, so I don't know. And then Brian Sutterer, Dr. Brian Sutterer, quote retweets it and says, hear me out. This whole I don't care attitude is getting a bit much and kind of weird, no? And yeah, 13 million views. Too close for comfort with the quote retweets and retweets. 34,000 likes. Definitely got a lot of traction. And if you look at the replies, you know, it was a lot of this. Hear me out, y'all will never be happy. Just constantly complaining about everything KD was right. And it's a picture of KD saying NBA fans don't like anything about the NBA and it's weird. Let's just read some other replies. His priority is clearly his family at home. Bruce Gellin says, maybe it's a rebellion towards our infatuation with defining a player solely by his accolades. He's a brilliant player. In learning more about him, he probably wonders why Murray, Gordon, and others have gotten the credit that they deserve. It is obvious how much he believes in team. He embodies the team concept, and it's part of his individual greatness. We should probably be looking inward about why we care about it so much instead of why he cares about it so little. Let me get the readout from chat. What do y'all think? Well, before I ask the question, in case y'all don't know, Nikola Jokic throughout this whole playoff run and really throughout this whole season has been nonchalant and has had this like I don't care attitude when asked about individual awards. You know, when it came to the MVP conversation, he was like, yeah, I don't really care. It is what it is. When it came to the finals MVP trophy, he's clearly saying like, yo, I don't, you know, I fucking lost it. I don't really care. I don't know. He's had some comments about like, yo, I just want to go home. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler has gone out there on press conferences and on interviews talking about, yo, I don't even care about that individual shit, man. I'm a team player. Like, truly, I don't care about that shit. More specifically, this week, he was asked, like, yo, if you go to the Hall of Fame, would you go? And he was like, yeah, I'm not going. You know, I'm not going. I'm a team guy. I'm a team player. I don't care about that individual shit. I'm not going. Bro said, yo, but this is like the biggest award like any basketball player can go to. And Jimmy Butler was like, yeah, I don't care, you know? Now let me say this. I think there's a bigger conversation when it comes to this tweet than just, is this disrespectful to the game or not? I think, I truly don't think he's doing this on purpose as like a rebellion towards individualism, as a rebellion towards, you know, the media or whatever. I don't think that's the case. I truly think Jimmy Butler and Nikola Jokic are truly just built this way. And looking at this, I can see the pushback. I can see why people think it's corny. Like, yo, bro, you know, a lot of people work. Like, it almost seems kind of like, not privileged, but like, maybe entitlement is the wrong word. But essentially what I'm saying is like, yo, a lot of people work extremely hard, work decades, put blood, sweat, and tears into the sport, trying to become a champion, trying to become a finals MVP, trying to become an MVP. And for you to just sit up here and belittle that by saying, yo, that shit don't matter, I just want to go home, like it's nothing. You know, other people can look at that and say, like, yo, that I ain't gonna lie, I don't fuck with that. That's disrespectful to the game. And I truly do see that perspective. I truly do see that perspective. But on the other side of the token, I think it's corny, or cornier, excuse me, when there are individuals who just make their profession their personality. Right? And that's not to say that other champions in the past do that. That's not to say all the other players in the league do this aside from Jokic and, Jimmy Butler. But with any kind of job, the people who make their job a personality, to me, it's just OD. Like, yo, you are more multifaceted. You're a more multifaceted person than just your job. When you make it your whole personality that, you work at Chick-fil-A, like, yo, bro, it's corny. Like, literally we're just trying to chill, and you talking about Chick-fil-A and, like, the ins and outs of the Chick-fil-A game. Like, okay. A little bit higher level than that. Like, if you're a software engineer and, like, your life revolves around keeping up with tech, keeping up with coding disciplines, and just becoming this ultra nerd, yeah, you might be better at the craft than me, but there's a level where it becomes corny. Like, okay, bro, we get it. Like, you're really that guy for real. Like, you're a nerd. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus Christ. My bad. I don't spend all day coding and, learning all these different technologies. Compare that to the basketball world. Motherfuckers that make their whole personality just about basketball and literally talk about basketball 24/7 and call everyone casuals if they don't keep up and watch every single game, in history at this point. Like, you're not it's not a flex that you're inside 24/7 literally just watching basketball. That's not a flex, in my opinion. So going back to Nikola Jokic, I just truly think Nikola Jokic is one of these players that it's a job. It's a job. It's fine. Like, basketball is a job. It is something he's really good at. It is something that provides for his family. He doesn't really care about these all-time conversations. He's not going to go out there and say, I'm the chosen one. He's not trying to go after Mike. He's not trying to become the best center of all time. He is just a guy who's really good at basketball. To say that he doesn't love the sport, I think is dragging it. I think you do have to have a certain level of passion to be as good as Nikola Jokic. You need to spend a lot of time studying the game to be as good as Nikola Jokic. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's just a profession to him. It's his profession. It's the thing that pays the bills. It's the thing that allows him to maintain the lifestyle that he has. And I think it's fine. I think it's fine to not want to, like, just make your whole life revolve around your job and be so obsessive with your job. Now, I also think it's fine if you are passionate. That's not no diss at the people who are passionate at the game. But I'm just saying, I don't think people who just view a job as a job and then, value other things outside from their job should be cooked like this. Spaghettini said in the chat, bro got a W work-life balance. That, like, literally, this is all what this looks like to me. He comes in, he does his job at an extremely high level, at an all-time high level. Some might even say, I won't even go that far, but, people were making the argument that he's a top 5 offensive player of all time. He clocks out, spends time with his friends and family. I just don't see what's wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I think Jokic and social media has just magnified the stuff that Jokic said, and social media has magnified these statements. But like a motherfucker like Tim Duncan, I think he was the same way. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember a quote of Tim Duncan saying that, I don't, this is just a job to me. I can't wait to get out. I don't remember him saying that. But I wouldn't be surprised if, Tim Duncan just Hey, this was the thing he's really good at. It pays the bills, clock in and clock out. Not to say that he doesn't love the game, but like, he just has a solid work-life balance. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me know what y'all think in the chat though. I don't think this is anything crazy. Let me read some more of these replies. Barry B says, hard disagree. We have an unhealthy obsession with the people who eat, sleep, and breathe their craft. That's what I'm saying. Jokic obviously works just as hard, but it's refreshing to hear that he has a good mental perspective too. Dude just won the pinnacle of his profession, and he's like whatever and doesn't even remember his trophy. It's a bit disrespectful to the sport to be so apathetic, in my opinion. Now I will say, I think what Brian is saying here is that there's a separation between him acting this way in the regular season or even throughout the playoffs and like when he won the championship. I think that's the difference that people are making with the situation. Is like, yo, if you lost, that's fine, but like you literally won the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? This is what everyone works hard for. You got there. You got the Finals MVP. Like act more appreciative about it. So I see it though. Let's see. I think it's less of an attitude and just who he really is. His outlook on ball is the same as Pop's. He's just a player. This is also the most broadcasted he's ever been by the media, so if you aren't used to hearing him speak, it could seem weird. Okay, but don't lose a trophy that was given to you for people acknowledging your skill. At least have some respect for the game to care about that. I also think, I ain't gonna lie, the NBA community just has like a crazy gatekeeping problem. I don't know, man. It goes from top to bottom. Like, you'll have like 10 people in a room agree with the fact that, not everyone should be talking about the game of basketball. 2 of those dudes think, you can't talk about it unless you've been in the NBA. 3 of those dudes think like, if you never had, if you never had success playing, like, I don't know, AAU in college, like you shouldn't be talking about this shit. Organized basketball. If you had no significant success playing organized basketball, you shouldn't be talking about this shit. There's gonna be other people out there that say like, if you're just not athletic, you shouldn't be talking about this shit. But they will all agree with the fact that, we should gatekeep these conversations. When y'all don't even agree with how much to gatekeep the shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Let's look at these quote retweets. Man. No, personally, it's a major societal issue, identity issue, knowledge issue, expectations issue. 1, you aren't your job. 2, too many people expect every athlete to be the same. Jokic is the perfect example of actions speak louder than words. Embrace it. Agreed, it was refreshing at first, especially with the bombardment of NBA star commercial in recent years. The jump the shark moment for me came when he got upset about the parade on Thursday. It was only game 5. Jokic, you just as easily could have been in Miami on Thursday. Let me see what chat's talking about. Man. Let's see. Oh, is it going to be one of those chats, bro? Jesus Christ. It's weird. Y'all care so much about how to act when awarded with MVP. Go fix it yourself and show them how to appreciate it. That's funny. It's just funny because, like, on one hand, everyone's having these discussions about NBA players caring too much about themselves and not loving the basketball in the sense of like, they just clock in and clock out and have no passion. It's just very funny to me. It's just very fucking funny to me. But then on the other side of the token, it's like when someone actually goes out there and says, yo, I just, I don't really care about the individual shit. Now it's a problem when they do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot specifically who it is, but a lot of players, like NBA players, were giving like motherfuckers like Jalen Green and LaMelo Ball slack for thinking too much about the individual and thinking too much about themselves. But then on the flip side of things, now that Jokic is coming out there and saying like, yo, I really care about the team and shit. That's it. Yeah. It's weird to me. It's weird to me.